fractions are actually used quite frequently in the real world, and we probably use them a lot more than we realize. But let's look at some examples that would come up with using mixed numbers. So in the class of 22 students, how many groups of 4 students can you make or could you make, and how many would be left? So write your answer as a mixed number with the correct denominator. So if you're making groups of 4, that's going to be your denominator, fourths. So as a mixed number, we've got to think, okay, how could we make 22 kids divided into 4 groups? So how do we make an improper fraction into a mixed number? We need to divide. So 22 divided by 4. So 5 times, that would give you 20. And 2/4. So that would be your fraction. So really what that means is you can make 5 groups, but there would be 2 left over that you would have to squeeze into other groups because those 2 couldn't make a full group. So how about example 4? There's 34 people waiting to use an elevator, but only 8 people can ride the elevator at a time. So 34 people, 8 can ride at a time. So we're really essentially dividing 34 by 8 is what we're trying to do here. So how many times will an elevator run full with 8 people in it? How many full rides will there be if there's 34 people waiting? So 34 divided by 8. I don't know that exact decimal, so I'll do it here. I know how many times it goes in, but so that 4 is how many times the elevator can ride full. It can go 4 times with a full 8 people in it. But that would only get 32 people down the elevator. So if you subtract that, how many people will be on the last elevator ride? 2 people. 34 eighths would turn into 4 and 2 eighths. So that 2 is the remainder. That's what's left. Those would be the people left for the last elevator ride. So example 5 says the camp has 74 students. For a capture the flag game, kids need to be on teams of 7. So how many full teams can be made? So again, teams of 7, 7 is the denominator. So if you guys divide, you've got 10 and some left. So 10 is how many teams? So full teams can be made, but if we've got some kids left, we're going to have to squeeze them onto the other teams. So how many kids are left to fit onto the other teams? Well, 7 times 10 would be 70. So if you guys subtract that, 4 kids left to fit onto the other teams.